Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network.
What do you get when you mix two white boys, both named Mike? A thing for Justin Timberlake and a piercing above your eye. Was he high? Their stories alone could make you cry. That's when you want to make your Irish goodbye.
I wasn't looking for that long of a time that I did not expect Morpheus to be there when I put my head up.
You didn't think you were doing a podcast with Leon from The Professional?
Yeah, you have a very blind guy look to you.
Yeah, it's great. I'll just be looking up in this corner for the duration of the podcast, but you'll know what I mean.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Irish Goodbye Podcast, a storytelling podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Mike Feene, being joined with me, as always.
Sleepy as cannon, baby. I'm more of a
is that why
raccoon.
you
Yeah,
wear it?
yeah, I'm more of a raccoon than Brendan these days. I mean, look at this. It's unreal. I really feel energized, though. Like, I've had a very bipolar week, and not to, I'm not trying to be insensitive to the people who are suffering, but I've been like every color of the rainbow emotionally, I've been there this entire week. Started kind of, a little shitty. Then it got to elation. Things were going good. Couple things, optimism, all that stuff. Then it hit a steep depression. And then I got real emotional driving here, listening to Robert Smigel talking about the care his autistic son got during COVID. And I'm just like all over the map, babe.
But you seem like you're in a good mood.
I'm that's lingering underneath. Like I am.
I think that's at the forefront. You're saying
Yeah.
your stuff is lingering underneath.
Yeah. All that stuff is lingering underneath. I'm overall in a good mood. I mean, I got to.
You're on an ocean with a small but stable raft, but it is small. And if the winds and tides do change, a problem will ensue.
It could flip quick.
Yeah.
And I could get eaten by a humpback.
Well, you do have an open cut, so that'll be just
Did you hear about that guy?
the whales.
That's an orca. But I don't even know what a humpback sounds like. Maybe.
No, I feel like they're always like, that's a barge.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was a man-made barge.
That's
What
a
was it?
professional tugboat horn.
That was pretty good, though, right?
Yeah, the whales
Pretty
are
good
high.
barge.
They always go like,
Oh right.
yeah, that. That was just like, we gotta go on though.
Yeah.
I don't think,
You don't think whale sounds the podcast would do well?
at least for the first 15 seconds, the retention rate would drop right off a cliff.
I could do that for 60
I saw
full
us
minutes.
both get lost in it for a while and had to break it.
Dude, this became a lazy boy, and I set up shop for the
You
evening.
settled into that microphone.
Oh, that was 1993.
You closed your eyes.
And I put on TGIF and then threw the remote away.
Yeah, I was
didn't
on
have
the
to-
orange snick couch over here. So I don't know. That was insane. But I have things to talk about, and so do you. You said you exploded in excitement when you said that you were like, "Oh, I have a story." That's always a good feeling when you walk in and the person you're doing a storytelling podcast with gets excited when they remember a fun story.
This is like a one-line thing, so have at it for 58 minutes after this. But no, I forget where I was with Brendan, where I was Brendan for an evening. But then I actually followed through on killing himself. No, I was with Brendan, and I forget. B-Tags' wife posted a picture of their son, and he turned 5, and I got kind of caught up in it where I was like, shit, I can't believe Crew is going to be that much of a boy in 3 years. You know what I mean? He's about to turn 2. It's all this stuff is happening, and it's so fucking cool. He's reached this new level of awesome to hang with, because all we do is kind of play sports all day, paint, read, run around, whatever. It's just fucking awesome, man. And so I saw this picture and I was like, I'm kind of welling up a bit. I'm getting emotional. And I was like, I can't believe Crew's going to be a boy a real boy this pretty shortly. And Brendan turns to me and he's like, yeah, man, wearing shirts and shit. I was like, I'm sorry, what? And he was like, And I was like, no, he's been wearing shirts his entire life.
I tried to make a Tommy Pickles reference. I was like, even Tommy Pickles wears a blue shirt.
Do you know who wears shirts?
Yeah, that's all he wore.
Yeah, babies, because they need to stay warm.
Yeah. If anything, they might not have pants. Sometimes you just see the diaper alone situation.
Yeah.
That's happened.
The only baby that didn't wear a shirt is Matthew McConaughey.
Okay. So, yeah, I think that
was just a fun little
insane thing to say.
One-line
I
thing.
feel like he meant pants, but even then it still wouldn't make sense.
No, I knew what he meant. He just meant looking
Alex
grown
has a
up.
theory.
Do you know what I mean? Like I know that's what he meant because the kid looks like he's dressed like an adult almost. Like he's wearing like fitted jeans and he's wearing a button down.
Yeah.
He's like going for his evaluation to kindergarten, all this stuff. So he like looks like an adult, but Brenda was just like, yeah, wearing shirts.
I have something fun. I went to pick up Harrington from the airport the other day, and when I asked him what passenger pickup area he was in between like A and D,
Is this LaGuardia?
this was JFK.
Oh, by the way, he is giving you the finger from behind you. He was just flipping you off. So I can't wait to hear how this goes. So between A and whatever. JFK, massive airport.
Where are you?
Right.
Big
Passenger pickup. I'm at your terminal.
Yeah.
I just want to pull up and get you in the car.
You're a really good friend. You went to pick him up?
I went to pick him up. I am a great friend. I threw him a birthday party this year at the park. I'm a great
That's-
friend.
He's a very good friend. Mike is agreeing with that. So.
Yeah. You have nobody. And Alex does all this.
she's in love.
Yeah.
I pick him up. I say, where are you? He says, I'm at passenger pickup D for David.
You pronounced it, David. You watch too much UFC, man. You gotta come back. You gotta come back to us, dude. David?
Yeah.
That's like me. Okay, Mikhail Harrington.
That's why so many announcers are having a tough time with the dude Mikhail Bridges.
Yeah.
I'm even having a tough time with Mikhail Bridges on the Suns. Some of them are like, Mikhail, man.
Yeah.
Like they fucking panic every time.
Yeah.
But that is hilarious. That Harrington, like, it's very clear, like, he's a smart guy when he's, or at least he can latch on to information when it's something that he enjoys or he's interested in. So it's funny that he didn't, like, say a doctor or D as in doctor, D as in duck, D as in any baseline educational reference that one gets.
David,
sure. But, even that, I don't go by names. I'm an object guy,
Oh, I gotta go. When I spell my last name, it's F as in Frank.
I was lying also. I was just like, M is for mom. I'm like, that's a person. I really don't
Mom is your M word?
I think.
Oh, wow.
What else is there?
That's nice.
What's yours?
Mary.
Yeah. Okay. For Jesus's
No,
mother?
just because that's a very clear name to say. Because
Mary's
sometimes
stronger, yeah.
Mary Stronger, thank you.
Yeah.
Because sometimes if you're like mom, they're like nom, wom, bomb, tom.
If somebody said that, I'd be
Scum?
like, you're on your
Glom?
own. You're on your own. Figure it the fuck out. Mom, the woman who birthed you.
Bob.
Mom!
Like, your neck veins go crazy.
Yeah, these are gonna pop and spurt a fucking like it's a
I'm gonna
winter
get
pipe
wet.
one day.
I'm not. Yeah.
I have a full weekend at Laugh It Up, so get into something and then I'll do that because we have a lot of stuff.
Sure. Well,
I just realized I looked through my notes and I'm like, oh, I lived.
Well, I'll talk about this first because I had a fun weekend at Saturday night. I was at Eastville for 2 shows.
Nice,
and it was great. The first show was sold out, and
Eastville, Brooklyn. You know it. Makes sense. That's strong of a brand.
So I'm there.
Brooklyn Comedy Club, right there. Now it's taken.
Yes, it is taken.
Good job, Harrington.
That's got to be tough. So I go there. The first show sold out, and there's somebody there and I told you about him. This guy, he's from $1 Million Listing. Alex, do you watch that show at all?
No, I've never seen it.
Yeah. He was a guy who's on $1 Million Listing who has like a ridiculous. He has not 1 but 2 shows on television.
And those are just like. I don't know, man. I know there is definitely a skill to real estate, especially like high level corporate
$1 million
shit, like
listings,
all that stuff. But I don't know that. I feel like any fucking moron, well-dressed with money in their pocket and sweeping hair you could do that.
I think I could do it.
Yeah.
I might, but I don't know. So he comes in too, and you're like, they walked in after the show started and stuff, and then the show was actually fantastic. That first show was great, but it was funny though because I was just when I saw him, I thought, Janine Garofalo's on the show. There's a lot of other funny comedians on the show, and I'm like, this guy here is more famous than like Dean Edwards is on the show, and
right.
I'm like, this guy right here is more famous than all of us combined. And he's not in.
Did he wait for applause when he walked in?
No. I think he was one of those like I don't know how recognizable he
was.
is.
He dressed in his $1 million listing costume?
No, he was dressed cash. And him and when they
I'm
left.
I'm curious what his casual is though, because I still feel like there's a tie.
Leather jacket, like button-up shirt, jeans, and like low tops.
Okay, is he a gay man?
No, married with kids. But on the way out, they left
never
after.
Mattered before.
Yeah, true. They left after. They left after Janine's set. I think they were probably there to see her or whatever. And then they left after that. And the friend that was with them was like, was very nice and complimented me on the set and everything after that. But a part of me was like, because Erica watches that show all the time, and I'm like, I don't like that guy in the show. Like, and here's the thing, it's not even like he does anything. He's just one of those things where he's just a. He's like a doofus, he's corny, I guess is the word.
Yeah.
But
if I was friends with Heidi Montag, I could have that job. You know?
Sure. But I mean, like, I feel like he is very corny and cornbally, but at the same time, I'm like, you know what? I like that he embraces the corniness of who he is. He's not afraid to look like an absolute fool in front of elite rich people.
That, I guess.
And it's got him not one, but two shows.
Yeah, I mean, I'm judging him based on no information whatsoever. You just sent me a picture of him, and I decided who he was, and I hate him. So, like, that's why I'm saying I could do his job. He's not smart, but you're like, he's self-aware, and now I'm confused, and I don't know whose team I'm on, because I was on your team, but it turns out you wore the other jersey. Like, I wore home, you wore away, and now neither of us are playing together.
All right, well, let's move. But he did buy out Times Square to propose to his wife, which is
I don't know what that means.
You know what it means.
I don't know what it means. Did he get every billboard to say, will you marry me?
He closed down and cleared and evacuated like it was a bomb threat, Times Square.
Or like a movie shoot. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So what does that cost?
What do you think it's got to be...
Is that $500,000?
Probably a minute.
A minute?
Like, to shut down Times Square?
Imagine he just sprinted to the middle, got all these pictures taken, and he's like, all right.
Yeah.
Rushed his chick out.
Can I do this quick? Go.
I already asked you.
Yeah. He says, like, yes on one knee, and then it's like, bang! And then he runs like a traction. He's in running position. I do think he probably just rented out a very small section of Times Square. Not the entire... renting out all of Times Square would be unbelievable. But, regardless, so the first show goes great.
All right, I'm gonna show you my screen. Hold on.
Just show us your recycling bin.
He did say that that it costs hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Wow. Yeah.
You see?
I mean, worth it.
And again, he's like, I did it. And you're like,
yeah. But still, like, what is he gonna have to do for his next wife? Like, that, he's gonna have to make an even bigger scene of things, or else play it so low that she's just having it on you and listening intently. That was actually a good shot because it shows that Feene was just like head cut to the side, really interested in what I was saying.
Yeah.
But it's either you have to beat it, right? Or you have to say, like, this is the real deal. That's why I'm doing nothing.
Right. Yeah.
So here's a string.
Didn't work out last time when I spent all that money. Let's try Just Love.
It was all pomp and circumstance. It had no substance to it. It was for show, for the gram, all that bullshit. Sure, it got us 2 shows, but I'm in it for soul this time.
Soul Joel.
Soul Joel.
So the first show, the rest of that first show, it was great. It lets out, and I'm hanging at the bar with a couple other comics. Brian John was there, and this other comic who I just...
No shit.
Yeah.
No shit. I can't believe you said that casually, as if, the guy you hung out with every day 11 years ago and then vanished.
Well, I saw him and I was like, where? Where have you been? Well, because I first started going, I was like, I was just talking about you just for laughs.
He's like, what, because of COVID?
I mean,
that is so killer for nobody.
It's just for me, because that is exactly what he sounds like. He's a very funny comedian with a very deep voice.
Yes, and Chinese. So his whole joke was like how nobody expected his voice out of his face, but nobody expects his voice out of any face.
Right.
It's unreal.
So, Alex, I just realized, it'll be fun to have a reference. I'm just going to send this to you just as a screenshot just so you have his profile. But so there's this other comic there, Freddie Sheffield. Do you know Freddie Sheffield?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're all hanging out at the end of the bar, and we're just drinking and stuff.
Jesus Christ, this is like,
I know,
my
dude.
nose is going to bleed. I haven't hung out with these guys in forever.
So I was going, oh my God, this is, we're talking about whatever. We're drinking tequila. It's Casamigos. Great. It was very nice. And as we're walking out, people are saying good show. And an Asian man, like he was in college for sure. So I guess he was probably, I don't know, 19.
So boy.
19, yeah. So he walks up to Freddie and he goes, oh my God, are you Questlove? and Freddie just has his tequila and goes, why, yes, I am. And then he's like, oh my God, I am such a fan of you. I can't believe you're here. I'm going to school in Philly. I love you so much. I have so much of your records, and I'm going to school for music, and I hope to kind of do that. And he goes, do you mind if I get a picture? I go, I'll take the picture of you guys. And I take 3 incredible pictures with it, and we're going to pull up a picture of Freddie.
Oh.
Freddie, it looks nothing like him,
No, not
except
even
for
close.
the fact that he has like a mini afro, but Freddie's also...
Oh, I know Freddie had like locks in the back, right?
No, you'll see. I sent Alex a picture, but he is like 5'7", I think. And Questlove is like, look, see, it's like he doesn't look anything like, and especially because he's so short, And so so I take the pictures of him, and then the guy starts getting real serious. He's like, and also,
I gotta be honest, seeing that picture, I'm like, that's Questlove.
So, I mean,
look at Alex holding her hand back from the drop, just holding her.
It wasn't easy.
So where and he gets really into it. Like he starts becoming like a.
He's talking like deep drum stuff.
And he's talking about just like how much this moment means to him.
Oh, the kid.
And it gets like too real. And then Freddie was like, "Hey, come here, man," and he was just like, "I gotta tell you, I'm not Questlove. I don't look anything like Questlove." And the kid just like Ralph Wiggum just shatters his dreams and his heart right in front of him. And then the wave of shame. I'm so sorry. I would never. It's not. It's just because it's not that everyone looks. It's just. And he starts backtracking, and now we're all just laughing at him, which is only adding to the trauma.
Yeah.
And then I was like, we should have just let him have it, dude. And then he would have walked away and been like, guys, look who I just took a picture with. And they're like,
Yes.
a guy?
Yeah. Oh, Freddie should have been like, dude, just tag me in the picture. It's at Freddie Sheffield. What? I thought it was Questlove. No, that's my Finsta.
Man, it was so funny, dude. I was laughing so hard. I was like, this is why comedy clubs got to be back. And then the last show was lighter, but it was good. But it had that late. Oh shit! This is another thing I forgot to say. So after this first show, I'll say it afterwards. It's okay. I'm reading things out of order here.
Okay.
And it's becoming a problem to juggle them in my head. The second show, everyone had like this weird energy. It was kind of like there was a group that brought like a full order of
I just
wings
realized that the second, like most of Sagalo's last name is Juggalo.
Yeah. I think people have made mock-ups for him before with that.
Yeah. Did I tell you that I wrote a roast joke just thinking about him the other day?
No.
I told him, I was like, you take out the aga and you just have slow.
Oh, that's fun.
It's fun.
But so I go up on stage and I'm talking to the crowd. It's like there are people on the right that it's like a guy holding his girlfriend and you're like, oh, what's up, man? What do you do? And he just goes like this.
Yeah.
And then you go, all right, over here. You know, like he just is like, don't look at me section of the thing.
No, I'm here to show off in front of my girlfriend that I don't laugh at anything.
Yeah, I'm strong.
Because that's a sign of weakness. And if she laughs, I assume she wants to fuck you, and I take that as a personal insult from you.
Right, 100%. So
those guys are the best.
Yeah.
Also, for sure, the smallest dicks on Earth, I would assume.
Yes, but very
Just
flashy
a
dress.
fucking nubbin on an areola pube area, just a little dick that can't even reach the clit beyond the hood.
Very insecure. So, but I am on stage and I'm talking to, you know, some of the crowd. And then I see a guy who's kind of like, he's with somebody and she's in her own world, like eating popcorn or something. And he's like this.
I hate this for you right now.
Look, this is what he looks like. He's like this.
You are Monty Burns at 33 years old.
I'm trying to make it such an accurate look at my face too. This is how he's sitting.
Oh, I hate this. Oh, get that again. It's almost like it. Oh my God.
So he is sitting in this weird position and I just look at him and I could see his eyes were, you know, just glass. And I go,
yeah.
Oh, you're on edibles, aren't you? And he literally goes like this. He goes, what? Yes. How did you know? As if he was not even aware that someone could see him. I was like, oh, everything about you has the most edible energy ever. And I go, how many milligrams did you take? He goes, 25, I hope.
Isn't that incredible? Like, it is really funny, the valley of experience with edibles, because that's a reasonable reaction. Like, for most people, 25 is like way too much.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. And then everybody else, like, pot culture fucking sucks so bad right now because it's turned into this weird alpha dick swinging competition of who could take the most dabs and who can stuff like 40,000 milligram stars up their asshole the fastest. It's like, this sucks.
Yeah.
We're not even having fun.
It's not fun.
We're not even having fun.
And if we're not having fun, what are we doing? Hey, everybody, we got to take a second right now to thank one of our sponsors, and we want to tell you about Brewbag.
Brewbag is beer pong meets cornhole, and it's a blast to play.
It's the perfect sponsor for our show because, you know, we all love a good competitive drinking game.
I mean, we're two lunatics who tie our self-worth to a thing we've never done before.
Correct.
You know what? Isn't that hilarious? We're like, oh, we just learned this sport. I must be Bruce Lee.
I'm the best at it.
Yeah, I
or
have
else.
to be.
Yeah. And if you're a fan of cornhole or beer pong, this is a must-buy. It's easy to bring to the beach, park, or summer party and have some fun.
That's right. I mean, that is the best. I love carrying.
When Ian
yard
shows
games.
up to a park hang with Can Jam, everybody loses their fucking mind.
Yeah.
Everybody loves having a game to play, especially
Now-
that's like a static kind of not too athletic, but not sitting down kind of game.
Now think about Can Jam and add like 14 times more fun to that.
Yes.
So if you've ever been into beer pong or cornhole, it's simple fun and you'll get the hang of it in no time.
Brewbag is durable and highly portable, so you can bring it anywhere. So go to brewbag.com. That's
BRUBAG.com, and you can use promo code IGP. You're going to get 20% off.
20% off at brewbag.com. Promo code IGP for 20% off.
Let's get back to the show. Should I talk?
No, I thought you were talking, so I was listening, and then you stopped talking and asked if you should talk.
That's right.
So I did the last show, right, and the show's fine or whatever. I get an email the next day from a person. Now, this is crazy to me. This person, I don't know if I told this on the podcast, but it was 10 years ago. I was driving in Brooklyn, and I parked my car when I was working as a beer salesman. I parked my car, and I was hunting this bar owner down for money, and I was waiting for him to come to the door, and I'm just sitting outside knocking on the thing. And as I just happened to, you know, when you're just waiting for someone, you just look around for a second. And as I look around, this woman comes like careening around, takes a giant turn around with her bicycle, and just eats it into my car, like steering wheel column, and like went into the car and then dragged all the way down the door and like
God.
ripped all of the paint.
Your side?
My driver's side door, scraped it all the way down, fell off the bike, and I was like, oh, and then she got up.
Oh,
yeah, oh,
bitch, fall down.
So I look over and I go up to see if she's okay and everything, and she gets up and then like gets on the bike, and I go, are you all right? And she goes, yes, I'm okay. And then she started like pedaling away, which then I had to be like, oh no, excuse me. Sorry, one sec. There's still the matter of the car that you just smashed into. And so
let me ask, was she because I've seen that happen before. Mm-hmm. I've seen somebody get hit by a car on a bike and then try to pedal the bike as it was falling apart underneath their legs. And it was somebody who was just very clearly an illegal alien.
No, this was a white woman.
Or an undocumented person.
This is a Brooklyn white woman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Not awesome. I wish she got hit. I put my story on your story. Okay. She just crashed.
I can tell you the story.
I'm excited.
So I didn't crash. So she crashed into the car. So she gets up. She ended up sending me. It was $250 to fix that, which was still pretty cheap. My mechanic was like, I'll do it for this. So I had to get her to pay me and stuff like that. And at the time, she goes, oh, I happen to notice. I noticed your name when we exchanged information. Like, and I looked up. She's like, I do sketch. She was at UCB or something like that. And I go, oh, that's so weird. And she was like, yeah, I wish we met under less expensive circumstances or whatever, you know?
Yeah, like nope, not a UCB class.
Yeah, it's twice as expensive actually. So I flash forward 10 years, do that first show at Eastville that was sold out or whatever, and I get this email from her saying that she moved out of New York since in the time that in the last 10 years, she moved out of New York, started a very wildly popular website that you would very much know, but I don't want to say her name. I'll tell you afterwards. But it's like a very popular feminist website, and
crazy.
so
Reductress,
and got very
Betches?
got
wild.
Listen,
okay,
and she got very big, and she's done a lot. She's written books. She's done all this stuff. She's actually like accomplished a lot.
Barstool Sports,
and yeah, she's Alex will call her daddy.
She's David Portnoy.
Yeah. So she emails me and she goes, I came to the show last night at Eastville. She goes, I just moved back to Brooklyn after being gone for all this time, and I hadn't seen a comedy show in whatever. I just happened to be like, let's go to Eastville. Yeah. You were on the lineup. Couldn't believe it. It's the same person. This is so wild. And she's like, and now it's crazy. When I moved back to Brooklyn, I live a block away. I live on the avenue, but a block away from where I hit your car. And it's like, and it was this cool thing where it was like this weird, she's like, I don't know if you believe in like the synchronicity kind of shit, but now she's at this crossroads where she just sold her very popular website. So now she's like, I might do more comedy again. So this is like this weird sign. And she was like, the last time that
I thought she was going to be like, I actually just fell ass backwards into owning Comedy Central.
Yeah.
Do you have any ideas?
Yeah. So she was saying on the way to when she hit my car, she was like, I was struggling whether to do comedy or do like art stuff, like painting. So she's like, I was on my way to get like paint supplies. And she's like, and then when I slammed into your car and then had to send you money and do all this stuff, she was like, it made me be like, oh, maybe life is trying to tell me, like, don't be an artist, like, focus on
by the simple fact that she could no longer afford paint supplies. Yeah. That was a nice, solid message from God / Michael Feene.
But now, 10 years later, look at that. We're both making our living off of comedy. Isn't that crazy?
That's pretty great.
It was a cool email, and she was very kind in it. It was very nice of her.
That's nice that you get nice emails.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I'll get a nice one. But
yeah, it was cool to see.
They never stay with you as long as the bad ones.
That's why I had to say it here.
Yeah.
Thank God there's no bad reviews on iTunes. Oh! They're all 5-star, baby. Leave us one.
Every one.
Irish Goodbye Podcast. Leave us a review, tell a friend, share it. If you want to support the show in other ways, you can go to GasDigitalNetwork.com. Use the promo code IGP for a 7-day free trial. You got access to all of our episodes, all the bonus, all the other podcasts on the network, their bonus stuff. I mean, it's crazy. You can watch all of Broad Topics, right? How many episodes are you up to now, Alex?
Man, I'm not sure. Like, gotta be like almost 200, I think.
Wow.
What?
Possibly.
No shit.
I'll let you know in a minute.
Wow, that's pretty.
I like how the profound of an impact it just had on Alex. She had never even considered. She was like, I don't know why I should know this. I just saw her fold in.
I mean, if you asked me, I really wouldn't either. The only reason I know is because somebody tweeted an episode number at us today.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's where we're
So
around.
more than no. Yeah, we're more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's over two.
I can't believe it's been well over
how many?
158.
158. Wow.
Can you believe that it's been, that is a wow. Can you also believe that it's been well over half a year since we recorded the 200th episode?
Well over a year?
Well over half a year.
Oh, yeah.
It just doesn't feel that long ago.
Yeah. I don't know.
Never mind. I also agree it's meaningless and doesn't mean anything.
We had... Anyway, yeah, support the show and all that. You can go to podcastmerch.com, get a T-shirt, get a hoodie, do any of that kind of stuff. And when you come see us at shows, if you're ever wearing a hoodie or something like that, boy oh boy, really makes our day.
I'll sign your
T-shirt.
tit.
Just one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just right across a sweatshirt. I've done that. You've done that.
On a sweatshirt?
On a T-shirt, sweatshirt, whatever it may be.
Sweatshirt is like, it's like, you can't put anything over that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
To wear a coat.
Yeah, don't do it to your hoodie.
Yeah.
Get it on your arm and then tattoo it.
Boom.
Yes.
Perfect. So you guys can also support the show. You can also support us by listening to Here's a Scenario, which is out everywhere. You can check that out. And we have a Patreon, patreon.com/scenariopod, where we put up stuff even earlier.
Yeah, just put up the 5th episode of Mike Takes Edibles.
I watched it and it was funny. I like the voices, the voice edits that he's doing on those are real fun.
Yeah.
And watching you get dominated by that little percussive group is really fun.
That really upset me.
And also him having you in fast motion and just seeing you like chewing and scratching your head in ape-like fashion.
I really am a Sibian. Simian.
You were sitting. Yeah,
Sibian is the vibrating chair that Tila Tequila squatted on.
I can't stop getting spam calls.
Yeah, it sucks.
Hate it. So what else? Oh, you guys can go to MikeFeeneyComedy.com if you want. Check out those days. I'll be in Middletown, Connecticut if anyone's watching live on Saturday. Also, I'll be at Point Pleasant, New Jersey. I'll be doing, Uncle Vinny. I almost said Uncle Joel's. Soul Vinny's and Uncle Joel's. But I will be doing both of those places and will actually be doing both of those places. Different weeks for Uncle Vinny's. But I'll also be at Comics Mohegan Sun in August. But the show we should start promoting is
Oh, fuck yeah. That is August
Joel's.
11th, which, Alex, clear your motherfucking schedule because you're coming.
Okay.
August 11th, we're doing a live half stand-up, half live IGP / Here's the Scenario. It's going to be such a good time. We're planning it out. Special appearances, wild turns of events, and flights of fancy. It's going to be a fucking spectacle. We can fit 400 of you in under that dome. We are trying to sell this bitch out, and we're
400, huh?
Yeah, we're shooting the whole thing too. We got Lucas coming with a bunch of cameras. Alex is gonna come bringing shit. Like, let's fucking really do this up. Alex, are you down?
Fuck yeah, let's party.
Hell yeah! August 11th, Soul Joel's, Royersford, Pennsylvania.
Get it.
That's gonna be fucking awesome. I have other dates as well. Can I plug those?
Sure, yeah. Just go to youtube.com/MikeFeeneyComedy and subscribe and watch my stand-up social Rage Against the Routine. Thanks.
Go to MikeCannonComedy.com. Just did the Poughkeepsie Laugh It Up. Super fun time. Thanks for the IGP listeners that came out. Really cool. July 8th through 10th, Uncasville, Connecticut. I'm doing Comics, Roadhouse, Mohegan Sun. Back there for the second time this year. I got a lot more new time. I got a full fucking act, baby. I'm ready to go. I'm excited about it. So come out to that. I think Brendan's actually coming with me, and we're going to do mushrooms. And then again, August 11th, Royersford. Come out to that live IGP and stand-up show. And then I'm doing a run in October. Tickets are live for all of these shows right now. So if you live in Ohio near Columbus or even not, and you want to travel and come come this run. This is going to be me and Brendan Sagalow this entire run. October 8th, Columbus, Ohio at the Walrus. October 9th, we're going to McHenry, Illinois, McHenry Downtown Theater. And then October 10th and 11th, we're doing Chicago, Zany's Comedy Club. It's going to be a fun little run. 4 fucking venues in, just as many days. It's going to be great, exhausting, all those things. Buy tickets, go to MikeCannonComedy.com, and I got a bunch of dates coming in now, which is all very exciting. So we're going to be out there. We're on this goddamn road.
Yeah.
Then Mike Cannon Comedy YouTube. That's where all the edible stuff goes and my special and all that stuff.
You guys could follow me on Twitter and Instagram at I am Alex Scar, and check out my podcast with Kim Congdon. It's here on gasdigitalnetwork.com every Thursday at 9:30 p.m. You could also catch it for free on iTunes and YouTube every Monday. Kim just left town again, and in next week's episode, I think it's going to open with another version of me crying about Kim leaving town.
Oh, no!
You still haven't gotten used to it, huh?
No, man, I don't know. I drove her to the airport this week.
You are at the airport more than a pilot.
I drove her to the airport this week, too, and I tried
That was like an 80s joke that I oversold and sucked.
I tried so hard to hold it together. Because, I want my friend to go out there, follow her dreams, all that, but I couldn't.
She lives in LA now?
She's going out there to live there. She's going to hopefully come visit all the time.
Yeah. Otherwise, your pod is just going to be Zoomies.
I mean, I'm planning to go out and try to visit her every couple weeks or so as well.
Oh, okay. Well, please let us know those dates ahead of time.
Will do.
Now, I know you have a lot for Laugh It Up, right?
Fair amount.
So I'm going to just say this real quick, and then you can take us home.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's not going to be 20 minutes.
Oh, well, it needs to be.
All right, here's open. I'm going to stretch.
So I just want to say, yes, a couple of days ago, Erica and I had a nice Tribeca day. We went down there and we saw, for the Tribeca Film Festival, we saw the Brian Wilson documentary from the Beach Boys, which, by the way, go see that documentary if anybody can. You can rent it, I think, at Tribeca Film Festival's website. It is so good and so crazy, so sad. That guy, what a life he has led in terms of a both blessed and absolute miserable hell from
Brian Wilson?
Yeah, on a mental day-to-day basis and just abused in every form of the way. It's crazy. But so we get done with that, and it's awesome because they sit you outside. So we're just sitting out. Oh,
you're out.
I'm out.
Did you unplugged it? It's right there.
Oh, I got it.
It's your own damn fault. You silenced yourself.
I got it.
There you go.
Boom, I'm back. Wow. We don't need Alex at all.
We know how to plug.
Yeah, as long as this is the only problem. So, what was I going to say? So we watch it. It's awesome. You're sitting outside. It's very nice. It's a beautiful day. It was actually too hot because
serving booze.
They weren't. They probably did. There was like these. You could go for free, or you could get this pass that costs like thousands of dollars and sit 2 rows in front of us.
Oh.
And you're like, okay, well, that's dumb. And so
that's the Bobby De Niro charity fund.
Yeah.
He's like just hemorrhaging money.
Just goes to him. Yeah.
Hasn't he gone broke like 4 times?
I don't know. I know nothing about his finances.
Oh, I do a little bit.
Do you?
Yep. I know he definitely was super wealthy at one point and then pissed away all his money, and I'm sure on the come up now he's fine.
Yeah.
I think Meet the Fockers was like the beginning of him making his money back.
Oh yeah. Boy, did he make money. So we get done with there. We decided we're gonna go down, just get a place right around there to get food. We get food, and this thing happened, which is very, very frustrating, and you want to be patient about it. Because people are just getting back into the swing of things, especially in the service industry. Mm-hmm. However, we get the food comes right as the entree comes. Erica orders another drink. She orders like a glass of wine or something. Sure. I was about to order a Guinness, but I still had a little bit of my drink left. So I was like, I'll wait till she brings that drink back. Then maybe I'll order the Guinness. I'll take the time. She comes over. She goes, glass of wine. Gotcha. She leaves, and then goes away for 28 minutes. Never, not even in eyesight in the bar where people were like, Eric and I were looking, never brought the wine, and then came over when we were at the end of the meal and goes, can I get you guys another drink? And it was that thing where you just go, not anymore. Not now.
I would have been like 6 and they're all on you.
Yeah, no, I just go, nope. I mean, you lost it. You lost out on the sale. So
wow.
We instead were like, we'll go across there's that place, Francis Tavern.
You guys love a second venue.
Gotta go to a second.
Love it.
Always go to a second location, even with kidnappers. So we go to Francis Tavern, which is supposed to be the oldest, fucking George Washington drank there or some shit, So yeah, it's very preserved. It's a nice old building and stuff. So
how did he drink and not how didn't his teeth waterlog out?
Because they weren't of wood. It is a fabrication.
Really?
Yes.
What were they of? Wool?
Like bone, mostly.
But his teeth were made of wool. That's
wet
from Big
wool?
Daddy.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, sometimes I mix up B and L.
Oh, yeah. Is that Rob Schneider?
Yeah.
Is that a cancelable
No, because
character?
nobody knows. He's like Hispanic. He's Mongolian. He's Hawaiian.
Yeah.
He's like everything.
So, whatever.
Retarded.
So we're like, we're going to go to the second place, right? So we go to walk into this French's Tavern, and the whole point of it, they have outdoor seating, but the whole point of it is you want to sit at that bar. You know, that's you want to feel that old-timey feel kind of thing. So we go to walk in, and the server kind of cuts us off at the past from inside, and she goes, "Can I help you?" And I go, "Yes, I would like to buy drinks." And then she goes, "Do you have a reservation?" And we go, "No, this is a bar, right? We just want to sit at the bar." And she goes, "No, there is no, not if you don't have a rep. Sorry." And was like, "Go now." Like doing this pulsing thing. I like how angry you get. You're calm.
Because I've told people to get their hand out of my face.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't in my face, but she did it.
No, but even that. Like, even if it's just like, I'm like, get your fucking hand out of my face. Get it
It was
down.
a gesture. It was a hand gesture that was very unnecessary.
I hate that.
And so we go, all right, well, I guess nobody wants to give us another drink. This is our second location that refuses to give us a
Maybe
drink.
this is a sign from Jesus.
Yeah. So we go around the block, and we're like we're just gonna go, we're just gonna head home instead. And then Erica and I were talking about that place, Dead Rabbit, which is like the best cocktail bar. One of the best cocktail bars, for sure. I think it's always ranked in New York City, but one of the best in the world, it's supposed to be. So, but Erica's like, "Oh, yeah, they had a fire during COVID, which was like a nightmare for them, So I go, "Oh, that sucks." And then we walk past it, and she goes, "Wait a minute, there's people in there." And I go, "Yeah, it says welcome. They're wide open. They have, the pandemic was a year ago.
The fire was an insurance fraud.
Yeah. Well, that's like the place on Steinway Street in Astoria, the place called Ignite Hookah Bar, and he had leaked they found footage of him throwing gasoline all over his business.
My
It's like, and it's his
God.
security cameras that they recovered.
My God.
And he just got caught committing fraud, but in a place called Ignite.
That's good stuff.
So, all right, but whatever. So,
The next best would be felony.
yeah. So we walk into this place. We go, let's see, and it is packed, dude. It's a narrow bar. It is fucking walled, and I'm going, there's no way. This is and there's 2 seats at the corner of the bar, which were like so many people are standing. This is obviously for somebody sitting there. There's a guy working there. He goes, 2? But you're right here. And we're like, aha! They're like, right this way, Mr. and Mrs. Feeney. I'm like, oh, okay. They like pull the chair out for us. We're like, all right, we're right at the end of the bar. It's like packed. And then a second later, I hear, "Oh my God, Mike Feeney?" And I go, "What?" Erica goes, "What?" I look over, and we had a podcast listener there, and I'll mention her, Karen. I wrote down the name because I always said I forget. So
Karen Feene?
Karen.
She loves the show that much?
Was down, loved Here's the Scenario, was singing the song. Most of her friends thoroughly confused and didn't share the same appreciation for my presence as she did. However, she was really cool. So then we got 2 drinks at IR. We got 2 drinks there. Fantastic. One of the best Irish coffees I've ever had in my life. And then we called it a night.
You drank a decaf coffee?
No.
You went full calf.
I just ordered it, whatever it is. Yeah, right.
I don't know. It's a nightcap, so it's an interesting choice.
But what they do they give it to you in it's like a smaller glass. It's not like a giant cup of coffee, so it's only probably this much, and then they put that cold froth kind of thing over it. It is, you can't drink just one, but I had to.
Real quick thing. I had an awesome fucking night out eating. This isn't even like a funny story, but it's just delightful. My dad, for my birthday, got me, he just kind of sends me gift cards or whatever.
Yeah.
But now that we're kind of talking and we're at a spacious thing where we're cool with each other at this point. I send him videos and pictures of Crew, and he's cool, whatever. And he sent me a gift certificate for my birthday to X2O in Yonkers. Do you know that place? It's like a 5-star restaurant. It's owned by our old neighbor, actually, Peter Kelly. He's the head chef. We used to go over there for his son's birthday parties and stuff, and he'd be cooking, and it'd be nonstop, unbelievable, worldly food, you know what I mean? Like top shelf shit, unbelievable. And so we went to X2O, and I didn't want to tell them that I was going because they're so generous and stuff that they would offer, even more. Like, oh, what can we do? It's happened before, and I always feel like I don't want to look like that's why I'm going. So we just went with the gift certificate, had a really great time. The food was unbelievable. I would highly recommend you guys take a trip
Italian?
to Yonkers. No, it's just like I don't know exactly how you would put
American
it,
fare?
No, because there's some
With a
sushi.
French influence?
There's other
Ooh,
stuff.
Asian
Yeah,
influence.
it's really good. But we had yellowtail and jalapeno as as an appetizer, and outside of Bali, it was probably the freshest fish I've ever tasted in my entire life. It was fucking ridiculous. We had a seafood crepe, so it was like a lobster, crab, and shrimp in a crepe. That was like unreal. Changes your entire perspective on things, because at that point I just didn't even know that existed. And then I got a steak. Nicole got some other shit. I forget what she got, but we did a homemade ice cream taste test as the dessert. It felt like a real boy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? We haven't done that type of dinner. I mean, clear in definitely over a year. We've gone out to dinner and stuff like that, but to reasonable places. Yeah. But that was like, oh man, we're back, dude. It was a great time, just having fun. Fucking unbelievable view of the Hudson River as it's sunsetting. There's as it's sunsetting, it almost looks like the Notorious video, because there's 4 jet skis careening, doing 140 right at us, and it was like, just romantic and beautiful, and a lovely night.
I'm still on sunsetting. Is that a correct way to say that?
The verb of its setting.
Yeah, like sunset. Like this. Oh, the sun was setting, but you said
setting. I turn a lot of things into verbs that aren't, but it works.
Alex,
what does she have to say about this?
Alex did this. Can you get the camera on me, Alex? She won't. So there's she's like this.
Sunsetting? That's not a word?
I mean, both are words for sure, but I don't think it's ever said in that phrase. You say the sun was setting, or
what is sunsetting?
Hold on, it's a gerund or present
participle.
Yeah, technically it is a word, I guess.
Also, sunsetting in a business context, which is what I meant, is intentionally phasing something out or terminating it. So there you go. As the sun was terminating, we saw jet skiers.
Okay.
Whatever. So we this past weekend, I went to Laugh It Up Comedy Club up in Poughkeepsie, which we went to. Weirdly
enough, is it the same venue?
No, it's not. So let me set the context for this, because the last time that we performed at that club was when I told you Nicole was pregnant.
Yes.
And she was like 6 weeks pregnant.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it brought up this weird kind of every once in a while you hit these 10 flagpole checkpoints that remind you that time has passed.
Yes.
And big changes have happened, because everything seems so gradual, and in the moment you're just catching up. And it takes those moments to really
that's the thing
sink
that
in.
Sucks about living in the moment. You're like, oh fuck, there's been a lot of moments. And you're like, shut up, focus on the moment.
Moment.
I'd like to appreciate some of that stuff. And they're like, it's gone. Forget it. You're never getting it back. It's gone. You're like, all right.
It's totally right. Yeah, you're not wrong. So it kind of blew my mind in that way, right? And I got to give a shout out, dude. Diego Pimentel did the craziest poster design I've ever had in my entire life. I posted it on Instagram. Check that out at I Am Mike Cannon. But he's the one that did my album, The Life Begins album art. He did our first T-shirt for Irish Goodbye. He did our old poster, the one when we performed at Laugh It Up. That looked like it was me, you, Sagalo, and Rosebud, and it looked like comic. What are those called? Comic boxes? That's
going to be one of those posters that people look back and they go, how the fuck did they get all 4 of those killers on one show?
in a massive just
it almost seems as if this poster has cursed them. They've been getting picked off by death one by one.
The eyes start following them on the poster around the room. So I just got to give a shout out. Check that poster out. It's legitimately the coolest thing that I've ever had drawn of me. Frank Rigatone as a ghost is right up top. I mean, it's just like the detail. He's so good now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So whatever. So I go up there for Friday night. I'm staying. I'm actually not staying the full weekend. There it is. I mean, how cool is that, right, Alex?
I love his art. I follow him. I think every comedy poster he does is so fucking cool.
So cool. And he just did this great mural at some restaurant, which is like Frida Kahlo nurturing a deer with all of this other art next to it. And it's unbelievable, dude. He's really great. But so I'm going up there. I'm staying Friday night. And then Saturday, I'm supposed to come home on Sunday and then spend the whole day with crew, but I would have to leave early. But it just worked out where I had to actually come home Saturday night after the show instead of do that, because nobody was gonna be around with him, so I had to get back. But Friday night, the show starts at 7, so easy ride out there, whatever. We get a babysitter for crew while Nicole is also working. I get up to the hotel. It's nice. It's one of those, I forget what it's called. It's one of those suites. You know what I mean? Like I forget exactly.
Bed and breakfast?
Not a bed and breakfast, but it's a bigger room, but it's like, you know, a little lower end than even a Holiday Inn. It's like, or whatever, or it's about a Holiday Inn, but it's a suite. It has all these different like giant parts of the room. So it's a big fucking room that I had. Their venue moved from the restaurant that they used to have into the Holiday Inn where Bananas used to be.
Oh.
Isn't that crazy? Like, just historically, comedy-wise, it's kind of funny that, because, you know, Bananas used to be in both Jersey and Poughkeepsie, and they just cut the arm off of the Poughkeepsie joint, and then they took over the spot. And I was like, yeah, in the long tradition of hotel conference room comedy shows, it's like this show, and then right after us is a dick pill seminar.
Yeah.
It's so
about
funny.
Achieving maximum potential.
Yeah, it's say yes to life.
Yeah.
So it was just funny, and so I get there early, and then I get to the Friday show, and KP Burke is going to open for me on Friday. He was supposed to open for the full weekend, but Bobby Kelly snagged him for a better gig on Saturday. So, which is totally fine. It's like 7 o'clock, 7:05, and Cal, the manager of the club, walks in. You ever meet him? Yeah, he's got like the paperboy hat on. He's got he almost looks like Big J a little bit, but he talks like this. Like, it's not a Southern accent. I don't know what that was, but it's definitely like it's like this grumble, man, and it's like old wrestling, because that's like his life,
right?
But he comes in and he's like, "Have you heard from KP, man?" And I'm like, no, I mean, you know, earlier he said, "I'll see you there." And he's like, you know, I just called him. I couldn't get it, or I texted him. I couldn't get a hold of him. Like, you know, whatever. He's like, "Can you text him?" I was like, "I'll just call him." And I call him. And I go, "Yo, what's up, buddy?" And he goes, "Hey, handsome." And I'm like, "So what's up? How you doing? You almost here?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm about 30 out." And I was like, "Oh."
What time was it?
It was 7:05. The show starts at 7. So I go, "Oh, okay." And he's like, "Yeah, 8 o'clock show." And I was like, "No, no, it's not."
Not
and he's
that.
like, and he goes, "What?" And I go, "It's a 7 o'clock show." And I hear, "What? No! Fuck! Oh, that ain't me, man. That ain't me, dude. I'm not late usually." I'm like, "It's all right."
You just hear the accelerator.
It was so funny. It went from rage to apologetic so quickly. And he's like, "I'll be there really quick." And I'm like, "Dude, it's good. Like, just get here by, you know, hopefully this." And we're fine. And so the Cal smartly starts the show at like 7:20, knowing when KP's ETA is, because it's been cool. So the host, who is hilarious, Ephraim Chase, funny dude. Oh my God, I couldn't even keep it in. I tried to turn and it just came out of me. He really funny dude. Actually had a really similar vocal quality to Anthony DeVito. So it's like you could be in the green room and hear him and you're like, "Oh, that's DeVito." It's hilarious. So he goes up and he's doing well, and I'm just sitting in the green room, like going over notes and talking to Lucas. Lucas filmed it. And KP, I mean, divorced dad running into court trying to get his kids at the last chance, like literally sweating. He
turns into the parking lot, one of the hubcaps goes flying off.
Yeah, he Ace Ventura parked right next to a Chevy Blazer, but he blasted the car. It like didn't go well, and he just, you know, fucking spiraled out of the door, running it. I mean, covered in sweat, buttons flying all over the place. And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Like, that was crazy. Like, you know, my bad." And I'm just like, it's totally fine. He's on stage. He's like, Cal comes in. He's like, "Sorry, dude, it ain't me." And I'm like, "What is you then, KP?"
Yeah.
No, it ain't, you know, nobody cared.
You are your actions.
But nobody cared. Everybody was totally cool with it. He goes up, and he had the opposite experience that I had at Sagalo's, where he's the most frantic he's ever been, and then he just settles into the pocket and does great.
Right.
Like, totally fine. You know, it was whatever. They were kind of a little bit of a tight crowd, but he busted them wide open. And they weren't so tight as they were like, it's a 7 o'clock on a Friday. So there were people there to see me, but then there's other people there to see quote unquote comedy.
Right.
Slip on a banana peel type shit.
Sure.
And they averaged maybe 117 years old. Like, legitimately, dude, the oldest. There's like pockets of the oldest living beings.
You're right.
Outside of even alligators. Like, they are so old. I can't stress it enough. And I don't hate that as much as I feel bad for them. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at old people that come to see me. I'm always like, I even said it during the show, because I mean, there was a guy who, and this is why you watch YouTube, but I look out and I'm killing, but I look out and I see like head on fist, looking up at the ceiling, like, can't believe the youth has fallen so far, and I'm not even the youth.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, I'm old, and I'm just. He's like, he just can't believe that he fought Japs for this bullshit. You know? And then at one point, I'm like, I'm still doing well, and I pull. What happened?
I don't know if you can say that.
I think you can.
Can you?
Well, it was fine when he fought them, so now it is. I'm quoting.
I just want to make sure it's the earmark in case of a...
I'm like Jeff Singer. I'm just quoting.
Yeah. That didn't work for him either, so I don't know. I
didn't mean anything negative by it. I just took the first three letters and added in a multiple.
Yeah.
Keep it in.
I don't know. I'm not saying that it is. It might be. I don't know. But
okay.
It was more of a friendly, like, hey.
Yeah. No, I don't care. If you think that was filled with hatred, then you have like a lot of issues that you need to fucking.
I would like to make it a drop though, if we could.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fight the Japs. There. If you needed a cleaner one, there it is. So I look out, and this is later on in the show, and again, I'm doing well. And there's an old lady who's like politely sitting there, like, but unchanged in her face. Mm-hmm. And I immediately apologize. Like, I'm just like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not trying to bum you out. Like, I know you came here looking at comedy.
Something else.
Yeah, I was like, this is just what I find funny. Like, I was really like explaining how I go through my process.
I guess I could be a little bit more mature, but I mean, honestly, it is honestly where I feel most creative. And
yes, that's honestly, I was like kind of saying stuff like that, and then she just was like, oh no, we're good, and I just looked at her and I was like, good, you brittle old bag.
How'd that go?
Awful! It was a pure Sagaloian moment where, as I was saying it, I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
The old Sagalo sabotage.
She just let you off the hook.
Yeah.
She just, like, because I stopped and everybody was paying attention, and once she was like, you're good, they're like, eh, and then I said that, and everybody was like, what? No, come on, man. And like,
not that.
Yeah, and I immediately was like, I'm kidding, I'll go down on you. Like, just start threatening oral sex on this fucking.
And because she's old, she really can't resist. I mean, if I want it, I'm gonna take it.
Oh, I think I said something like eating her pussy would be like the cinnamon challenge because it was so dry.
And they let you keep doing comedy then, huh? I actually love that. That's really funny.
So and I'm saying all this stuff, and it's not killing. It's not. It's like kind of like getting them back a little bit, but they're still like, what are you doing? You know? And so I stop, and I'm just like, all right, like, let me take my medicine. And she looks at me, and she was just like, I'll show you things you've never even dreamt of. And the whole place like exploded, and I'm like, fuck you pussies for like thinking she couldn't take it. Like immediately I'm like, yeah, I knew it the whole time. And meanwhile I'm like sweating, panicking, everything. I'm considering flying away. And I'm like,
with my wet wings.
yeah, flap.
Yeah, the audience
everybody is like,
oh, no. Oh, that would be awful. But that's what I was going to say is I'm always surprised because old people actually are pretty fantastic at comedy shows because you always are like, oh, I don't want to offend you. And they're like, no, you can't offend us. Like, we know we know everything plus 50 extra years of what you don't know.
I mean, it's like that old hack thing of like, your grandmother sucked a dick.
Yeah,
you know?
But it's like, it's all, I very rarely feel like there's old people that are like, what? Like clutching their pearls.
I get it. No, actually, funny enough, that's usually in like Long Island. Like every time that I do McGuire's or any of those clubs,
Yeah.
I run into some pearl clutching ass old people, which raised OxyContin taking pump and dump sociopaths.
Right. So
Saturday, speaking of being raised on Long Island, being a sociopath, Saturday,
your dad came.
The other opener, Josh Kincaid. Do you know him?
No.
He opens for DePaulo. He's a really funny dude.
Oh, maybe I do actually.
Liked him a lot. He's really tall. So he, it's funny though, because as soon as I meet him, I'm like, "What's up, buddy?" And he's like, "Oh, I know your uncle Bill." And I'm like, I hate you right now. It's
Right.
like you need. I just don't. You
Right.
know, I just don't. So he obviously
He's
completely
still doing comedy, right?
I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. I have no feelers out there. I have no interest. I don't care. But apparently he liberally continues to drop my name to anybody who will listen.
Smart.
So, yeah, actually, not a bad idea.
Yeah.
So, whatever. He, I looked down at my notebook and, didn't speak for another 45 minutes. And then, so right before the 7 o'clock show, 7 and 9:30 on Saturday, the waiter stormed into the green room on the verge of tears, looking like super
Like KP.
sad, like a little. No, KP was like a I don't know what that was. That was like rage, confusion, homosexuality.
This
like
is
that
it?
was
Yeah.
it was all things emanating from his body at all times.
It was like the end of Black Swan.
Yeah. This was pure uncut sad, and it was and they came in and they were like heavy breathing. Did not see me. Did not know I was in there. Just kind of paced back and forth, and then definitely took a tragic phone call and walked out.
Oh,
This
no.
is right before the 7 o'clock. Was like, yeah, did it happen? And then walked out, and I'm like, oh, what a great mood to just start the fucking back-to-back
Yeah,
hours.
she just goes, it's spread. And leaves.
So that's awful. I'm also
Oh,
considering.
no.
Crying. And the first show. So my sister Chloe comes, and she brought two friends. The singer and writer of this here
Delightful podcast
theme song.
intro.
That's right. That's what I was trying to think of. And so it's pretty sold, almost sold out. Hit a bonus this weekend, by the way. So thank you, every Irish GP fan that came out. That's so cool to do, and we hope that there's way more of that in the future.
Yeesh.
And I'm on stage, and I'm like. So the host I hear doing really great, Ephraim, he's doing really great, but I hear him going to some people that aren't enjoying it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, he's not doing it in a disrespectful way or anything like that. Same thing for Josh. He goes up, does really well, but I hear him kind of dealing with something. So I was like, they both came off. They're like, just somebody's they're just silent. They're not laughing. And I was like, all right, I'm not, I just
Not
won't.
falling for that again.
Yeah. I was like, I just won't address it. So I'm on stage and I'm murdering. I'm having a great fucking set immediately. It's in the moment. It's all that stuff. It's super fun. The whole crowd is having a great time. And I look over, and it's immediately too. So this is 2 minutes in, and I'm doing great. And then I look to the spot where I suppose they had the problem, and 2 out of central casting lesbians are sitting directly in the front row with a heavenly light shined on them only.
Yeah.
And they have fucking don't throw mama from the train woman face.
No. Owen!
Dude,
Snarls.
like Red Dog, that beer dog. Remember those old
Yes.
Super Bowl commercials?
Oh my God.
Like just an English bulldog, just a fucking miserable face. And I'm just it felt like I was being set up because they were so hacky lesbians. You know what I mean? Everything that came to my head was hack because that's what they looked like.
Right.
And so I just didn't say anything except are you guys okay? I didn't even say guys. I was like, are you okay? Is everything all right? And the one woman, I thought this one actually had debilitating Asperger's because she was just staring forward and down.
Yeah.
But it turns out she was just being berated by her chick, even before. So I talked to the other comics and they were like, oh, that was from the moment they got here.
Whoa.
They were miserable, actively miserable, didn't laugh, didn't whatever. They probably got into a fight on the way over there, but the blonde, active, angry Leslie was livid with her girlfriend because she said she was the one that wanted to go there.
Go where?
To the comedy show.
Club.
Yeah. And I was just like, the stereotype of being miserable, of being a bowling pin, of being just like you're wearing your softball uniform. Like what? Yeah. This is all just, it's too much for my senses right now.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, it's just a weird move that everyone else is enjoying themselves and you are still here sitting prominently where everybody is seeing you and having weird thoughts because of how actively miserable you are.
Right.
You don't have to stay. And she was like, I've been laughing, dude.
Oh, no.
And I go, no, you very have not. And just moved on. Boom! Murder. Every once in a while would just go, look at her, like just kind of like,
she laughing?
Like the MJ to the scorer table type shit, because I was having that type of set. I'm not trying to gas myself up here. It was just type of set. I'm fucking feeling good about myself comedically. I gotta say, a lot of people trying to tear me down and not give me opportunities, but I'm fucking feeling good talent-wise.
Losing it.
Bleep that, not the Jap thing. So.
Just stop saying it just in case. Just in case. You don't know, so why not just err on the side of caution and not say it?
It'd be different if I was
get a lot of shit for this. We're like, of course that's a normal thing to say. I don't know.
I mean, it'd be different if I was saying like the Clint Eastwood lines from Gran Torino.
Don't say an example of what it would be bad if. Just don't say it.
So I say that, and I'm just coming back to him, and I'm whatever, and just like the show ends, and it's great. Everybody had a great time, and every single person was talking about them after the show.
Wow.
Every single one, because you do meet and greets now. I'm vaxxed up, baby, spitting my fucking ass. I don't care. Yeah. So I'm out there talking to people, and they're like, did you pay them? And I was like, what, to give me a panic attack?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot that. So going into my closer, which I'm not like really showing signs of distress. I'm not speeding up. I'm not anything like that. I'm really dealing with it calmly, and every part of me wants to yell, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you. What the fuck are you doing here? Everybody's having a good time. It's like, that is what the mental illness of me, I won't say us, of me, is that everybody could be just expressing so much joy and love, and two people are ruining it, and just all the venom from my past gets calcified and directed at them.
Sure.
It makes me so angry. And everybody else was like, yeah, you paid those people. Oh, yeah, that's crazy. Whatever. That was wild. All this stuff. But it was like everybody was in on it. And my sister actually wrote me this really nice thing afterwards about how people were talking in the ladies' room, and just like, she's like, just about comedy in general and how people seemingly needed this because things hadn't been open up there, especially not live events, and everybody was talking about what a great time they had, and it was a relief and all that stuff. And she's like, I just want you to know that, because it's not every day that you get to hear that shit.
Yeah.
Which is really nice. So second show, awesome show, goes great, all that stuff. Right after it, I'm like walking around, I'm saying goodbye to people, tipping out, all that stuff. And I get a text from my buddy Corey, who's been going through cancer. There's like a certain number of people, I guess, I know a handful of them, that had COVID, and then they thought they had long-term effects, but it turned out to be cancer. Yeah. And I'm not saying that the two are related. I'm just saying that is the story.
Right.
They got COVID, and then like after what they thought were long-term effects, they actually had cancer. And he's fucking 36 or 37. Yeah. Like, he's a young guy. He used to be a fighter. He's very in shape, like healthy dude, all that stuff.
Right.
And he just got it. And so he's been battling this, and I've been talking to him, and he's going through chemo and all that stuff. And he texted me like a really good news text. And I was so fucking happy for him and so excited that I read all about what he was doing. He was, he was documenting a lot of stuff, and it's heart-wrenching. Like, his family isn't around, all that stuff. And I'm so happy, and I'm reading this text, and I start writing him a text, and I walk directly into the window going into the club, and spilled my Monster Energy drink all over my shirt and like dropped my phone. Cal and the other two openers were like, ah! On the other end.
That's when you want to make your Irish goodbye.
Hey everyone, before we go, if you enjoy this podcast, you might enjoy some of the other podcasts available at gasdigitalnetwork.com. This week, we are highlighting No Need for Apologies podcast with comedians Derek Gaines and Dave Temple. You can find the full catalog of episodes on demand at gasdigitalnetwork.com or catch the latest 15 episodes anywhere you find podcasts. Here's a clip.
Young Dylan agree. They were talking about fast food breakfast and how it's good. I got to thinking, is it me or is hood pussy just as good as fast food breakfast?
Hood pussy better than fast food breakfast.
Like
go ahead, you got to elaborate a little bit.
Like, you remember them donuts they used to serve in grade school that came in the hot plastic bag and the bag was steaming and you...
Oh, yeah.
That's what I think hood pussy is. But you can't have it all the time because it's not good. It's not good dietary.
Not good for you. We started a restaurant called Hood Pussy.
How should it come in? Do. Hood pussy.
Do.
Hood pussy. The restaurant, and it's a plate of food steaming like Sizzlers. It's gotta be a little S. It's steaming
all day long right now, man. Because I could just go in on hood bitches right now.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Just the teal green sweatpants, no pockets. Do.
I love them.
You know that little jean jacket that we don't really know where it came from?
Yeah.
They'll treat you right until they decide they don't want you here no more. Could you imagine a restaurant where they just kick you out? I'm tired of y'all.
But it's only 5 p.m.
So the fuck what? I ain't for this shit today.
Ranked 98th
This could be the
in
whole
customer
episode.
service. Ranked 98th in customer service because she didn't feel like, because it was too hot outside for that shit.